Hey, before I get into today's video, I want to remind you to enter our Nintendo Switch Super Smash Bros. Ultimate giveaway through the Gleam.io link down in the description. Absolutely free to enter. Oh, and by the way, we also are running a special on our Patreon at patreon.com/Nintendo Prime. If you become a new backer at the $5 level or up, Eric and myself will make a personalized thank you video to you, sent to you privately. It doesn't matter how many people sign up. We will make it happen. It'll all be recorded while we're in LA, while we're at E3. So be ready for that. It's going to be, it's going to be a lot of work. But you know what? Adding that into our video slate is something that we appreciate because we want to show all of our new patrons a big hug. Like, thank you so much for your support. All of our old patrons, thank you as well. We would not be able to do what we're doing at E3 without each and every one of you. Without further ado, let's get into rumor time for E3. Wouldn't you know it, I think I'm done making videos before I do the Pokemon Direct and then head off for E3, right? I think I am done. I think I have this in the bag. I got my prediction videos out, got everything done. Everything I wanted to be done with. And then today, things just get crazy. There are so many potential leaks for the Nintendo Direct at E3 landing today that I kind of need to step back and just breathe a little bit. Now, I want to warn you, if any of these leaks are true, I am spoiling parts of that Nintendo Direct. I will try not to spoil too much of it in the title, although some of this stuff is just older ports, and I don't think that would necessarily be the biggest of spoilers, right? Like, we're talking older ports, not necessarily new games, but there is something new in here. Now, the first part that we're gonna just briefly mention, because what we're obviously gonna know in next week if this guy's legit, is at Peaky Bird on Twitter said the Nintendo Direct E3 2019 runtime is expected to be around 45 minutes. Now, last year it was like 42 minutes and some odd seconds. So having 45 minutes makes a lot of sense given the amount of content they're going to have. I assume no one game is going to get 25 minutes of airtime. Again, this I don't know. There's a lot of these people on Twitter that throw these things out there that I'm not necessarily sure on. Peaky Bird has gotten some things right in the past, but probably has some things wrong as well. I tried doing the research on it, and it seems to be getting a lot of attention and a lot of people talking. So it's worth mentioning just since we're talking about a bunch of rumors for that Nintendo Direct at E3. So whatever, 45 minutes, it sounds like a pretty safe guess, even if it isn't legit, All right, that being said, I watched Switch Force's video actually on this. They're on the 45-minute Direct and all that, and in there they mention a couple other rumors and they don't give any sources for them, so I am sourcing their video down in the description, that there are a couple games coming to Switch, more than a couple games really, that might be a little bit surprising to you. Now, these are some ports of current gen games, but they're interesting decisions on these games. So first up is the Tomb Raider games. We're talking the new Tomb Raider games are supposedly rumored to be coming to Nintendo Switch and being announced at the Nintendo Direct. In addition to this, the Mass Effect games as well are going to be announced, at least rumor-wise, according to Switch Force, at the Nintendo Direct. Now, we're not sure if this is each game individually. We're talking Mass Effect Trilogy. Is Andromeda involved in this at all? I don't know, but apparently they have heard that these games are coming to Switch and being announced at E3. So this is crazy. I don't know what to think, especially if we're getting all the Tomb Raider games up to the latest one. This is just exciting stuff, right? It's good to have this stuff in a portable form, and it's definitely something, at least in my opinion, that would be really enticing. I have played some of these games, of course. I played the entire Mass Effect trilogy, and I've dabbled in the new Tomb Raider games, and I think they're great, but having them in a portable form, they can easily slap on your TV. Obviously, we're going to have to see how they perform, what resolution they're at. I'm sure there'll be something respectable if they get a decent company doing the ports, but yeah, this is good news for Switch owners. And the last one that we have to talk about today is one you guys have probably already heard about. It's been all over YouTube for the past, 12 hours or something. There's been various rumors around this, right? And of course, we're talking about Banjo and Kazooie. So What happened is there's like new merch coming out, and there's like a slight design change on the backpack and this merchandise. Now that to me didn't mean anything. That actually came up like days ago, and I never made a video on it because I honestly didn't think it's that big of a deal. These little merch redesigns happen all the time. I didn't really think much of it. And then all of a sudden, a major merchandise company recently added Banjo-Kazooie to their catalog, and it wasn't added there 2 months ago, and they worked directly with Microsoft, and that has led to even more speculation that, oh my gosh, a new Banjo-Kazooie game is going to be announced, right? Like, that's kind of like this big deal. All this merch is going to start coming forward. Obviously, there's a new game. That doesn't mean there's a new game, but it at least lended some credence to the fact that Banjo-Kazooie is becoming relevant again. Well, now we have something to actually sink our teeth into, and this affects Nintendo fans. And that is that according to Shinobi602, who is an administrator over on Reset Era, Banjo-Kazooie is likely coming to Smash. He put up a cryptic post in the Banjo-Kazooie controller holder tease, whatever, basically that people were talking about, oh, does this mean there's going to be new Banjo-Kazooie? He put up at 1:02 p.m. today, been a while since we saw Banjo in anything. Hope we're in for a smashing good time. Very clear reference to Super Smash Bros. So it's kind of like a way of leaking something without directly saying it out loud, right? Now you might be wondering, why do we care about what this random administrator on Reset Era thinks? Now, just because it's Reset Era doesn't mean that this person knows what they're talking about. Well, there actually is a thread about this admin over on the Smash Bros. Community on Reddit, and user Cool0210 has put up a massive post about all of the things that Shinobi602 has actually leaked. So, yeah, he's known for posting dad jokes and doing all these weird things, but he has put up a ton of stuff in the past that has turned out to be true. So, while he doesn't leak things all the time, when he does, it is something that is worth paying attention to. So he leaked God of War's Norse mythology setting a few months before it was known. Information about Mass Effect Andromeda confirmed that the new Call of Duty 2017 would happen during the Second World War. Leaked Gears of War 4 and had information about it. Leaked Destiny 2 and had information about it. He had information on the Spider-Man game for PlayStation 4. Ridley and Ultimate, so that's like, there's a Nintendo connection there. Some info on The Last of Us 2 and some info on Knack 2. So these are things that were able to be verified that he has leaked in the past and have come true. So he doesn't actually leak things that often, but when he speaks up, however cryptic it might be, it means something. So I don't know if you guys should get as hyped as I am, because I am pretty stoked. I don't know if you guys know this. I've been asking for Banjo-Kazooie in Smash and Conker, to be fair, both of them, in Smash for decades. Really since the games graced the Nintendo 64. And Rare was back in its, quote-unquote heyday. And man, oh man, oh man. We know Phil Spencer has publicly come out many times over the years to say that he fully supports Banjo-Kazooie being in Smash, specifically the character set there. He's always been supportive of it. He runs Xbox. He's actually at an even higher position than he used to be. So he has even more pull to try to make something like this happen. And he obviously wants to see it happen. And it's good news for Microsoft. And we know that Microsoft and Nintendo have been chummy. There's rumors out there Nintendo might be using their xCloud service to make their own online streaming service. We obviously know there's been some Xbox-owned games on Switch, not just like the Minecrafts of the world, but Hellblade: Senua's Sacrifice that is now a Microsoft IP. We've seen Cuphead, which again, Cuphead was supported by Microsoft, not necessarily owned by them, so that's less of a thing. But the point being made here is that Microsoft and Nintendo are clearly getting along. Rumors about Xbox Live coming to Switch in a slightly bigger form than it already is with the Minecraft Better Together update. All I know is that if a smidgen of this is true, it better be the Banjo-Kazooie stuff. The 45 minutes, whatever. It is what it is. Maybe it's an hour, maybe it's 20 minutes. I don't know. But if Banjo-Kazooie is announced for Smash, it doesn't matter what any of the rest of the news is for me. That will be like my childhood dream coming true. I always felt Banjo-Kazooie should have been part of the original Smash roster, but I understood, because even back then I knew Nintendo doesn't own Banjo-Kazooie. Sure, all of us as kids considered it a Nintendo game because that's how great it was. We compared it to the Mario 64s of the world, but We always knew it wasn't actually Nintendo's game. It's not Mario. It's not Donkey Kong. It's not Zelda or Kirby or Metroid. But man, I am beyond stoked because out of all of the rumors we have, this is the one that seems to be coming from a very, very legitimate source. It's very rare that we get this legit of a source for something like this. I think the last time that we were this, or last time I felt this confident anyways, and I know I'm setting myself up and probably many of you up for disappointment as it ends up not being true. But the last time I was this sure about something was probably the Mario plus Rabbids Kingdom Battle leak that originally started by Emily Rogers. I honestly think that was probably one of the most surefire leaks of all time. Then we ended up getting imagery, which really confirmed everything. We don't have imagery this time around, but man, oh man, oh man. Banjo-Kazooie and Smash. I'm just salivating at the thought of that. So, here's the thing. I want to know your guys' thoughts on these rumors, these leaks, this speculation. I know you guys have probably heard some of this stuff throughout the day. You guys have been talking about it with your friends. You've been all over Twitter and Reddit and, Snapchat and Instagram and Facebook and wherever you happen to be finding out about all this stuff, right here on YouTube, on other people's YouTube channels, just talking like crazy about all these rumors. I wanted to gather them up, throw them all in one video. You guys let me know what you think about all of this crazy stuff because I can't. My mind is just swimming right now. I'm not even sure what I'm supposed to think. But thank you guys so much for tuning in. You guys are the best. And you know what? The next time you see me will be for the Pokemon Direct tomorrow. And then after that will be E3 Video City. So thank you guys for tuning in. And I love your faces. I'll catch you in the next video.